Across Nigeria, women are leading businesses and shaping conversation. What else are they doing, Thelma?
Quite a few things, I must add. Women are stepping into terrains and spaces confidently, areas that hitherto were considered unfamiliar terrain.
Absolutely. And these bold steps puts courage over hesitancy and precision over delay.
Indeed, some may say that some of these steps being taken are small, but we must tell you today that some of those steps are making impact on the continent and in the world. My name is Thelma Obaza. Welcome to Weekend Deal. Weekend Deal, your effervescent breakfast television show, is on the network service of the NTA.
Yes, Thelma, stay with us as we explore possibilities when women take bold strides. I am Patience Eloyi Abba, and this remains your a favorite weekend show on TV. Indeed, it's a show where conversation transforms our lives each and each. Well, it is time for us to go to the newsroom for refreshing when people show interest and they come to us. We also go out too, but we feel nice when we are the host. So apart from this, something else happened recently, and I think it's ending today, the Breaks International Beauty Pageant. 3 Nigerian young women were part of the pageant. We had Isabella, Gladys, and Blessing. They represented us well. Let's see this.
Nigeria.
I am honored, and it's been a great pleasure to represent our great country, Nigeria, in this international pageant.
My name is Isabel DK, Little Miss Breaks Nigeria. I'm happy and proud to represent my country. It makes me special and brave.
It was magical, the atmosphere, the lights, the people cheering. Nigerians really came out for us, and I didn't just feel seen, I felt very supported. And I want to thank Nigerians for showing up and showing out on our behalf. This journey has been empowering, it's been rewarding, and it has helped me to believe in myself because of the dedication and discipline I put into making it happen. And standing on that stage reminded me that dreams never expire. It shows that Nigerian women are influential, intelligent, and capable.
It means that girls from Nigeria can shine anywhere.
Your dreams are valid at every stage of your life. Do not let anyone define your timeline.
Dream big, girls can achieve anything.
It means quiet strength wrapped in grace.
It means being strong and kind and beautiful at the same time.
Shout out to Nigerian women.
Never seen you looking so lovely like you do tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many people ask you if you wanna dance. Looking for a little romance. Yeah, out there shaking. I've never had such a feeling. Just a feeling of complete is like a dead in the night, lady in red. Yeah. She's dancing with me. Oh, there's nobody here. Oh, it's just you and me. Cause I know this beauty by my side. I never forget the way girl just like you do tonight. Yeah. I've never seen the shine so bright. You're amazing. I've never seen so many people wanna be by your side. When you turn around and smile, you took my breath away. I've never had such a feeling, just a feeling of completeness, like I did in night, lady in love. She's dancing with me. She's a diva. There's nobody here. Oh, just you and me. Yes, we wanna be loved. Hallelujah. This beauty by my side. Oh, I never forget the way you look tonight, today. Oh, yeah. I never will forget the way you look tonight. Yeah. Lady in red, yeah. Lady in red, oh, lady in red. Sir, okay, stick. Looks like a lady. Look up from where come the rain. Oh yeah, shake it. Looks like a lady. Look out from where come the baby. Mine took the love away, but who knew we'd get it someday? 'Cause they say I've been, we'll never make it. But just look at it, we all been on. We stay together, we're going strong. Still the one that I wrote to you, the only one I've been. Love to you is still the one I want for life. Yes, still the one that I love, the only one I still dream of, still the one I kiss. Good night. And there's nothing better. We beat on the odds together. Glad we did the listing. Come look at what we'll be missing. 'Cause they say I've been, we'll never make it. But just look at us, we holding on. Baby, we'll stay together, we're going strong. You're still the one, still the one that I love to you, the only one I've been. Love to you, you're still the one I want for life. Girl, you're still the one, still the one that I love you, the only one I still dream of, still the one I kiss. Good night. Baby, you're still the one, still the one. Around you, the only one I've been. Love to you, you're still the one I want for life. Yeah, you're still the one, still the one that I love, the only one I still dream of, still the one I kiss. Good night.
told you the man. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, celebrating
Beautiful.
women all over the world, particularly Nigerian women.
Yeah.
And we in the broadcast space say thank you to all the amazing women who walked through into this amazing space and left the door wide open
Yes.
for others like us to humbly walk in
Right
and
there in their
contribute our quota as much and as best as we can. We also say thank you to the NTA for giving us an amazing platform to have a conversation, an enriching one every weekend. So kudos! Woo! Okay, now. Great conversations start here. And not just that, we tend to traverse the nation. That's why Weekend Deal is particularly unique. And we're not telling the story our way. We're utilizing information well researched from the nation, and the story in a way is being told by you. We just give you the Weekend Deal platform to showcase it. And that's what Dayo's been doing. Well, Dayo, I know you were quite busy doing your research, putting your package together. Bolder strides for women, huh? What is the outcome? Please share.
March 8 is more than a date on the calendar. It is a reminder, a reflection, and a rallying cry for the Nigerian woman. International Women's Day is not just about flowers, speeches, or social media hashtags. In Nigeria today, it is a launchpad for action, a moment to ask hard questions and demand meaningful change.
It will always mean empowerment for Nigerian women. It will always make greater meaning for Nigerian women in particular. And this 2026 will be the best for Nigerian women due to the fact that the parliament is at a crossroad to empower women in line with this year's International Women's Day. And you say invest to get benefit. That is put in something and you get something. If you bring women into the parliament, governance will be better. We have a richer parliament, and we have better constituencies, and we have better Nigeria, and we have what they call the Renew Hope agenda.
Over the years, progress has been made. Nigerian women are breaking barriers in politics, business, media, security, and technology. More girls are in school, more women are leading organizations, more voices are being heard.
We're making incremental progress. Do you know that during President Jonathan, we had 13 female ministers? We have never had that before. And this administration in particular, the number of girls we have, for me, who has been here, and I'm interested in playing a background role as a mentor, to mentor younger ones, sharing my experience, I'm happy. Is it the essay? Go and look at the number of special advisors, special assistants. It's growing our politics or our polity. It's growing governance. It's growing leadership. There are more younger women in government and in leadership than ever in the history of Nigeria. But is it enough? No, we are still asking for more. More can be done to the extent that we should have 50-50. No, it's no harm in it.
Policies promoting gender equality, advocacy campaigns against gender-based violence, and increasing conversations around inclusion shows that the movement is not standing still. But progress is not perfection. Where are the biggest gaps that still need urgent attention?
The gap that need urgent action that we can do is we want to be able to see female governors in 2027. We want to be able to see more female deputy governors, younger people. So we need younger, vibrant women whose brain is there, is working. Because you need physical energy to be able to work. So these are the gaps.
Women remain underrepresented in key decision-making positions. Economic inequality persists. Many still struggle with access to education, funding, healthcare, and protection from violence.
Nigeria is so beautiful to be left on autopilot. I like what the president is doing for younger women. He will do more for older women. People are asking for the special seat. I believe that the National Assembly too will give us as a gift for 2026 International Women's Day.
For every success story, there are thousands still waiting for opportunity. This is why March 8 cannot end with celebrations alone. International Women's Day challenges Nigeria not just to celebrate women, but to invest in them. March 8 means resilience. It means recognition. It means responsibility. The question is no longer whether women are capable, as they have proven that. The real question is, are we ready to move beyond applause and take action?
Nigerian women making us proud all the time. As the world is celebrating women today, celebrating their achievements, their resilience, and all that they do across all spheres. The Nigerian woman is not left out because, of course, we've lent our voice, our talent, and our creativity, and they now know that our voice is critical and vital to national development. Well, to help us along this conversation, our guest as usual, and we have one beautiful woman in the studio. I always like it when children of celebrities, legends, carve a niche for themselves. And one of those young women is in the studio today. She's Keke Bongos Ikwe. She's an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and she's the CEO of BIK and Kiganics. Let's see her profile.
It's great to welcome you once again to Weekend Deal.
Thank you.
Happy many years.
Yes, happy many years.
Happy beautiful experiences. Happy Women's Day.
Yes,
It's
happy
our
Women's
day, it's our
Day.
So great to have you enrich our conversation.
Thank you.
As we're starting off now. Women in Nigeria are doing things differently in these days. Tell us how. And how well situated are we to change any existing non-positive narrative?
Oh, it's unfortunate that there are any non-positives, you know, because I think we as Nigerian women were the ones who really got trained when it comes to growing up. We're the ones who really got told what to do and what not to do, the right way to behave and all of that. So I feel like I don't know why there's the non-positive, but I think maybe it's like a historical assumption or notion. Yeah. But we tend to be the ones to remember, you know, what we were taught. I think I'll go back a little and say sometimes I think from my own observation, a lot of times it's the women that were trained and the boys were just left to be boys. That's why they say boys will also always be boys.
Boys, yeah.
You know, but somehow they end up being the ones who get everything, even though they were just left alone and they just kind of figure their way out. And the figuring their way out isn't always the right way, because we were the ones who were kept in the kitchen, who were kept in the house, who were kept in the schools. You had to do well in school. You had to make sure you behaved yourself at home. Don't embarrass your family and all of that, you know. So we are the ones really who have that discipline, you know. And I'd like to say that we as Nigerian women, we've not been allowed to forget that at all. So that could be the why. That's my own, you know, my own take on it.
What do you think that, I mean, for what you're saying, I'll just give it a word, societal expectations of women. Do you think it's a curse or a blessing for we women?
Ooh, double-edged sword.
It is, right?
Yeah. It's definitely a double-edged sword because yeah, in spite of all of that, we're being trained. Like I started to realize that we've been trained to be this, you know, you're supposed to be powerful, you should be able to, yes, strong woman and all of that. So the blessing is, yes, we're able to persevere, we're able to move forward, we're resilient, very resilient. But then the curse is that in all of that strength and all of that training, when you grow up, you're not allowed to shine.
Okay.
It's like
We are not?
when you do, like me, for instance, I'll say, oh, you're like a man.
Okay, if you're...
Because you dare to step
you
where
seem
only
to be
Right.
too strong.
Yes.
Okay, perhaps
you're
that's
supposed to
where
now
the...
be pressed down.
Okay, that's when the adaptability and the ability to multitask and even reinvent ourselves comes in. Because the way you're even speaking now, I would love you. As a woman, I already love you. Anywhere, you embody, I'm seeing your strength, and it's not in my face. You are delivering, you are firing from very creative cylinders, and I'm feeling good listening to you. So sometimes, even in our interpretation, people have to be very careful. Perhaps we can retrain society how to lift us,
Yes.
how to celebrate us. Because I think we're doing so many things right.
We're doing a fantastic job. I'm really proud of us as women.
Yeah.
And they'll say, well, if you leave a woman to be a president, you would see and understand. For instance, see Germany. Even I think it's Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
Also, and I mean, there are the countries that thrived during COVID, right?
Sure.
And yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Well, maybe because of our nurturing ability as women, we use that when we're given a position in government. We bring that to bear because we are nurturers, Abi.
Yes. And then somehow I feel like because you're a woman also, we thrive, but then we still have a problem. Just because I'm a woman.
Just because you're a woman.
Why must she be the one there? Why should she be telling me what to do? Why is she? Who is she? She. But the she now becomes your curse. Or either that, or you have to have been with somebody sexually or whatever to have gotten to where you are, not just because you're
assumptions that are made
Somebody,
about women.
even some women even assume that for her to be doing this and that, she must have been favored, and somebody must have. But the good thing is that we were talking with somebody yesterday, one of our guests, and I think it was the former First Lady. There's no one who hasn't been lifted. Every successful person today has
lifted at one point.
Either he pulled the hand pulled him.
Yes.
So we call him mentor, however. So the lifting must go on.
So once the woman is lifted, the conversation changes.
Yeah, but I think it's the context. Is the wrong notion, yes, is the wrong notion or the wrong context in which some people perceive the lifting
of women.
Women, let's keep getting lifted and lifting others.
Yes.
And the good thing is that strong women like you are here to stay. You've barely begun to push away the ceiling. We're going to retouch the sky.
Amen.
And we're already doing it. But good thing now we're going to Lokoja. There's more there. They're talking about mapping the resources around her. Is it a case of sometimes women aspire but don't have what it takes to inspire? And we've talked about support here. So who should provide, when, how? NTA Lokoja, I know you would tell us more. Please do.
Here in Kogi State, women and young people are quietly redefining what development looks like. They chose not to focus on what is missing, but on what is available. No big grants, no perfect condition, just vision and the courage to act. In this modest kitchen, Mrs. Ibrahim Aisha saw more than pots and pans. She saw young girls ready to grow, women eager to support their families, local ingredients within her reach, and her skill as capital. Aisha decided to turn her kitchen into a training hub, mentoring women in catering and basic business practices. Today, this simple space has become a center of economic empowerment.
If you look around us, mostly when our young girls reach secondary school, they mostly sit down at home to wait for admission or the job opportunities. During this wait, they are vulnerable to negative influences. So those negative influences I see around me, I feel that a lot of these girls sitting at home, why don't I impact their life, letting them a skill so that they can do something for themselves? Because as I always tell them, they're not doing it for me. When the money starts coming, I don't have a share. And for the married women, with the economic situations in the country, every spouse needs help. When the wife helps the husband, you balance the family.
I've learned so many things in shop empire, such as donuts, puff puff, chin chin, and so on.
Not far away, Mrs. Rukaya, a fashion designer, also saw opportunity. With experience in fashion design and the passion to teach, she transformed her tailoring shop into a classroom. Rukaya trains women and young people in garment construction, finishing, and client management. For many of her trainees, sewing now means income, confidence, and dignity.
At the end of my NTA program, so the family I come from, we don't have much. I see that nobody to help me get the job. I don't have anybody at help. So I choose to learn the work to be self-employed. I give a lot of women and girls the opportunities to learn this work because I've gained a lot from the work. I've achieved a lot, and it makes so many girls to stop going around. If you have your own money, you no go around. So to engage them to have something to do. I also train a married woman too. Because as a married woman, you need to have something for yourself and support the family. So with this work, you can gain a lot to support the husband and the children.
And beyond the kitchens and tailoring shops, a young female Nigerian student is making an impact through technology. With a laptop and her knowledge of technology, she developed GreenFlow, an agricultural solution supporting local farmers.
Seeing farmers in my community struggle with unpredictable rainfall and inefficient irrigation is what pushed me to act. I watched how water was wasted and I thought there could be a more smarter and affordable way of solving this problem. So that's what gave birth to GreenFlow. GreenFlow is a solar-powered smart irrigation system designed to help smallholder farmers save water, improve crop yield, and adapt to the changing climate. It automatically senses the soil using moisture sensors and environmental data to decide the best time and exact amount of water needed for irrigation.
Different generations, different tools, but one vision. Aisha, Rukaya, and Ilham chose not to wait for that perfect conditions and did not focus on what was missing. They mapped the resources around them: skills, space, tools, and technology. They did not stop to ask the question, what do we lack? Instead, they asked, what is already in our hands that can be used to better lives and transform communities as women? And that is where the real development begins.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that insight. Joining us now is another Nigerian woman who is also taking bold strides. She came in so beautiful, so demure. She is a businesswoman. She is a fashion entrepreneur. She is the founder and the creative director of Pink Flare International Fashion. She is Zainab Salihij Ahmad. Let's see her profile.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You know, women hold up half the sky, and people know it. If you see a very successful man making strides, comfortable anywhere he is, there's some solid lady behind. Sometimes the combination of very many solid ladies, his mother, his wife, his dear wife, like we often say, his sisters, even his daughters. You know, so we're celebrating ourselves today for all the good that we bring to every conversation. Okay, women in Nigeria are being recognized globally. And before you came in, Keke was telling us that some of the things that we inherited have been both a blessing and a curse. Today we're celebrating the blessing. What would you say you inherited from your mother, grandmother, that you are putting into use today, even in this sophisticated sphere that we find ourselves?
I would say confidence and being very bold and outspoken and not being scared of you know, what people say about you, because I think a lot of the times women tend to step back because they're worried about what this person would say, what this other person would say. So if you don't care about that, you can honestly take over the world.
Okay. So we saw you there in the profile, of course, stepping on world stages, you have done that. Have you had any restraint, backlash from your, because I do know that the Northern society is a bit conservative. Yes. Have you had any things people say holding you back? They say, Zainab, you don't need to do too much, or waiting.
Sometimes, but you know, I honestly don't listen to that. As long as you have a supportive family, I think that is all that matters. And as I said, I come from a line of really bold women and women that are confident, that go for what they want. So I don't let that really take me back.
Great. Yes. Good thing, no? That's how we can hallmark Women's International Day. We know they play with anybody. We're here to mark our space. Okay, let me talk with you. Now more than ever before, we need mentors. We've learned to. It's not mentor, T-O-R, it's mentor. So all the experiences that Keke has now, there are young women out there who need it. They may not have your book to read. They may not have, they can't meet you face to face all the time. What should they lean on? What do you think they need to embolden themselves with even now so they can take amazing strides? Because age can never, should not ever be a limiting factor.
Yeah. I mean,
when I was talking, you were smiling.
No, when you said mentor, she didn't. She thought it was just a pronunciation. You didn't explain that. It means a mentor that a mentor that tours you, that gives you a tour. That is it. That's why she laughed. She didn't understand it.
Okay, I was just pronouncing it. Okay.
Yeah, it gives you a tour.
Tour around.
Yeah.
So ladies, apostle
Ekweme that taught us that.
Good heart.
Okay.
Yeah,
so now women want you to mentor them. How will you do it, even when physical distance is not, physical presence is not always possible?
Right. Well, thank God for social media. Thank God for internet. I, for instance, I'm quite careful on who I follow on Instagram and who I listen to on YouTube. You know, definitely online. I guess I can say I'm guilty of not sharing online because I find social media to be a bit tedious.
That's basis.
But I still am mindful of who I follow. So I do watch a lot of, I listen, I read. Because thankfully now, because of YouTube, there are a lot of books online as well. So I tend to do a lot of reading. Even if it's, some folks say, oh, I don't have the time. When you're getting dressed, when you're taking a shower, there's time to listen.
Okay, what I meant was, you have unbundled quite a bit of what is not relevant for your journey with wisdom and hindsight, because you have been on this journey for quite a bit. Some young ladies are still trying to figure it out. In your life's journey, what you have surmounted, what you are succeeding at, it can be a masterclass for some women.
Absolutely.
They may not be opportune to meet you one-on-one. They may not have access to your book or books or journals. What will you be telling them now?
Oh dear. Well, you have to figure out how to cancel out the noise. You know, because there is a lot of noise. Like I was saying with social media, Yeah, there is a lot of noise. You have to figure out how to cancel out the noise. And like she had said also, like, people can tell you that you can't do it because you're a woman. You're not offending God. You're not offending man you're not doing anything wrong, you're not committing any sin. Keep going, because the truth is, what I've realized is something that might seem to be a crisis right now. Give it 1 week, it's no longer as important as you thought it was, at that moment. So just be kind to yourself. If you make a mistake today, tomorrow pick yourself back up, or even the moment you realize you've made a mistake, pick yourself back up and just keep going. And life is what you make it. I think I've taken that. It was Miley Cyrus that sang that.
I like that.
But guess what? It's true.
Yes,
life is what you
make
make it. You can have a lot of tragedies in your life, and you can decide that that's the end of your life, or you can decide to pick yourself back up.
Okay, now, so we'll be going over to Benin. There's a lady, another bold stride-taking woman in Benin waiting to join the conversation. She is Dr. Mrs. Mary Aleli, and she's a national women leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, and she's also a leader at the a chairman of the Federal Medical Center. She is in Benin. Let's see her profile, then we can start our conversation with her. Okay, good morning and welcome to Weekend Deal. Okay, while we are trying to connect, we'll continue our conversation. Doctor is standing by in Benin to join our conversation. Okay, so the theme of this year's International Women's Celebration is Give to Gain. And it's a campaign that encourages individual, society, and people to support or invest in the woman and girl child. Because we all know that when a woman is supported, the whole society benefits. So what kind of support, Zainab, what kind of support do you think that we need as women? And I want to take it from family to anywhere we are as women. What kind of support will make us thrive and blow, like they say in Nigeria? We want blow too, Nabi.
Yes, so there are a couple of things. I think you should start from the home, from your husband or from your family. They need to support you to grow, right? And then we need money. Yes. We need funding. Women are not given funding. I know this because I have tried, and it's very difficult getting funding.
Why is it so? We've been having this conversation. It's been on the front burner for so long. Women are funding and businesses. Why?
And women are the ones that pay loans the most. So I don't even understand why we're not given the funding. Maybe they're worried we're going to fly too high.
But we never do.
Is there something that has happened, do you think, that has slowed our tracks? Because yesterday we're talking with the former First Lady of Akwa Ibom, as well as Dr. Prada, and they are supporting women. They believe in women. She said she gave out loans to 500 women, and over 450 paid back twice. Yes. And then she turned the loan into grants. Why do you think perhaps, KK, women are, what do they see? What has happened before people like us came to ask them? Did somebody present us in a negative way that they don't have confidence in our ability to utilize and then return and multiply the resources we're given?
I think it still goes back to what we were talking about with just the, you're a woman. Why are you even doing this? I mean, I've been looked at and they say, okay, what do you need this money for? What are you going to do with this money? Seriously? I'm a human being, you're a human being. You eat, I eat. You want to do this, I need to do it as well. You have a family to support. I have a family to support as well. Even if I'm married or if I have a father or, whatever it is, I still would support my family.
Absolutely.
I have probably even more responsibilities than you do because, yeah, you support the home, but do you think of all the details that there are in the home?
Yeah.
But then that's aside from that. But I also have dreams. I have businesses I want to run. There are things I want to start doing. But I can't do it because I don't have the money because I'm not a dude.
So I also think that we shouldn't give them excuses. So we should have proper structures in place as business owners. Have structures, make sure your finances are good and everything so that when you go there, they have no excuse of rejecting you.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us women don't tend to take that aspect very seriously. So structures should be top notch. Have a system that works properly in your business so that you cannot be rejected.
Did you get eventually? Were you successful?
Yes.
Okay, so you are telling us a real life story.
Yes, I am.
But I also think another thing that might help us change the narrative, women are the policy makers. If we begin to make the policies, if we are in the key positions, like in politics, and that's why I'm excited that Dr. Mary Aleli is in Benin waiting to join this conversation. Madam, once again, I say welcome to Weekend Deal. And my first question to you will be, and I'll say, let me start by saying, Happy International Women's Day! So how do you think women are doing in politics? Are we taking both strides? And are women supporting women?
Happy International Women's Day to you from Benin City. Thank you for having me. And I think I've been listening to the conversation, and I think I like what you just said about women being in politicking, making the policy, sitting on the seat, and not just sitting down, but being part of the conversation and being part of the execution of what has been agreed. And I think Nigeria women, we are strong women. We are bold women, and we are women that are determined to get whatsoever we set our minds to do. One of the thing I tell people is that we must go back to the foundation. Again, the Holy Book says, if the foundation be rotten, so we must go back to that foundation and look at what is in the foundation and how Nigerian women can be part of that foundation and grow with the foundation. Since Nigeria gained independence since 1960, and then from 1960 till now, there's been a crack somewhere where women representation it's not been taken seriously. Now, if we look at where we are in Nigeria today, where we have the red and the green chambers, where we have the Senate at 109 seats, and then we have just 4 women sitting on that seat. And then this is where the policies is being made. This is where the bills are being passed. This is a very important place for women to sit. And then if you go as well to the House of Representatives, and then we have 360 seats, I believe, and then we have 19 women sitting there. So again, the foundation then we need to correct all these, and that is why the reserve seat bill, it's too important not to be talked about. It's still important to us as Nigerian women. If we look at our neighboring countries, our sister countries, like Rwanda, Tanzania, South Africa, we have 60-something% of women in parliament. We have 50-something%, 40-something% of women in parliament sitting on these high tables and making decisions. And then for Nigeria, I think in our last, when we looked at it last, we were 6.5%. And again, we are the giant of Africa. We have the population in Africa. 40-something point, I think 49-point-something% of the population are women. So why are we not represented? Because if we are represented, we will be able to pass bills that has, that has to do with economy, that has to do with health, that has to do with family. Because this is where we are championing. This is where we want the development. This is where we want the Nigerian women to be seen and to be heard. So as we celebrate another International Women's Day, we want the bill to be passed so that we can start to build, so that we can start to say, yes, we matter as Nigerian women, so that we can say, yes, we can also sit at the table, so that we can also say that we have our daughters that are coming, giving them hope for the future. The next generation, these are so important to us, so we need to get it right. And that is where we are in the year 2026. So we are believing that the bill will be passed. Again, for the first time in Nigeria, we are all seated together. The Nigerian women, we are all together. It doesn't matter the support group that you belong to. It doesn't matter the NGO that you belong to. It doesn't really matter the political party that you are now. We are speaking with one voice as Nigerian women, saying that this is high time for the reserve seat bill for women to be passed, so that we can get more women into the House of Representatives, more women into Senate, and for Christ's sake, more women into the House of Representatives. Some of the House of Representatives, some of the House of Assemblies across the country don't have one woman sitting in the House of Assembly. Even in a whole zone, you have just one woman in a whole zone. These are pathetic figures, and we need to change them.
Very much. Dr. Mrs. Salile, that's so well enunciated. We totally understand you, and of course, everybody here is in support of all you have just said. But I say sometimes for you to make success of the present, you need to rearrange what happened in the past. For some reason, we've talked about voter apathy, but it does also seem like some women are not encouraged to be a strong part of politics. For the most part, what people assume is that women are only there to support the man. As a national women leader in your own space, as a woman, right now you are in your home state, what are you telling the women while we're waiting for the bill and people to get into the house? Because there needs to be some footwork to be done for the women to even be eligible to go into the house, lower, upper. And in Nigeria, there's no female governor. The only time we had a female that was governor, it was because something happened. And she was there for a short while, and we thought we would piggyback on that and make fast tracks, but that's been over a decade until now. We've just had deputy governor, and it's been that. What is your take? What is being done? Are we going to see a change next year?
What we need to do, your question is apt. It's absolutely very important. What we are seeing in politics, or what we saw in politics as I was growing up, my mom, it's a very strong politician. In fact, she was a senatorial woman leader in one of the largest senatorial in Edo State. And if you speak to her, in her generation, they had what they tell them to do when you want people to mobilize women, you call them. Just get me 500 women, and then they'll give you money for mobilization, and that's about it. And then they clap, they dance, and then they make the place merry, and then they go home. And they are not aware of what goes on after mobilization. And that was that generation. Now we are trying to make a shift. We are trying to change the narrative. We are trying to change the mindset to tell our politicians or tell ourselves that women are not just good for mobilization. We can also sit at the table. We are trying to change. Another thing that have really slowed down women participation in politics, it's the stigmatization around politics. Of course, the stigmatization of the fact that politics, they say it's a dirty game. And so because it's a dirty game, in quotes, so women should not play dirty, of course. Because it's a dirty game, the father doesn't want to allow the daughter to be part of this game. And then, of course, there is the stigmatization around politics. If you are a female politician, you have some name tags that you are being called. If you are a female politician, they say, oh, you are not, which means you are a single woman, you are a divorcee, which means you are this, you are that, you're that. And we must begin to change all these narratives. I'm a politician, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and it's important for our women to know that you can still you can play politics regardless of your status. So even though you are married, you are a single mother, you are whatever, politics you can play. Because if you are not there, they say politics is local. So if you are not there on the ground field, you are not there in your local government, you are not there in your state being active, it becomes very impossible to climb the ladder. I'm very happy you mentioned the fact that we don't have a female governor in Nigeria, as large as this country is. And that is a shame. So we need to ratify all this. But in order for you to get to that level, you must be part of the table. You should not be part of you should not just mobilize women and then disappear after mobilization. You need to be part of the decision making. You need to be seated on the table, and not only be seated on the table, you need to be part of what is being said. The leaders, who are the leaders? You need to be part of that team, because that is where the decisions are being made. So we have a lot of states, for example, the top leaders in all this state, there is not one single woman sitting there. Because if there's a woman sitting there and they want to chalk all the positions to men, the woman will say, excuse me, I beg your pardon, where's the one for women? So we need more voices. We need more voices across the country, because my sister, we are fighting. I want to see in my generation where a woman will be a governor in this country, where a woman will be a vice president in this country, and of course where a woman will be a president in this country. It's already happening across the world. Why is it that we cannot achieve it in Nigeria? I tell you, it is achievable, and step by step we'll get there. But my point is that we must get the foundation right. And that foundation is that we must get more women. And in order to do that, we are setting up mentorship programs. We are setting up programs where we are telling the next generation in the universities, we are telling them, join politics. Because nobody is coming to your house to tell you that, oh, you're looking beautiful, you're looking well educated. Okay, come and be the deputy governor of that state. Come and be the deputy or the governor of that state. You must pass through the process. And the first thing is for you to be a politician, because that is where the system, that is where it starts. And we are looking forward to getting more young girls into politics.
Thank you so much, Doctor. That was amazing. And, well, the numbers are quite depressing. I mean, given the number of women we have in Nigeria and our representation in the hallowed chambers, I mean, those were depression. And they said numbers don't lie. And I've asked this question again and again, given our numbers, are women really, and I'm very intentional about how I'm saying it, are women really supporting women? Well, NTA Calabar will be talking about women helping women. After that, our conversation will continue.
When you empower a woman, it will affect the family positively. As the saying goes, when you empower the woman, you empower the nation. So, who opened the door for you?
I have a role model, and which happens to be Her Excellency Bishop Eyowan Otu, the wife of the governor of Cross River State. Her presence around me alone has molded me into whom I am. One, she has taught me decency. She has built my confidence that I can actually depend on me and grow. She has taught me that character can take you places. And I see that as empowerment, because today I have grown into that and I see myself living that way, and it's really opening doors for me.
I know that, somewhere along the path of my growth, I have met some good and wonderful women who have given me a helping hand in one way or the other. They have been nice to me, support me, guide me, coach me, push me through in some area of my endeavors. So yes, actually, I have enjoyed that from a couple of women.
And who have you opened the door for?
I have a foundation, Brightfield Foundation for Women and Children, and my focus is to see how I can help some women that are less privileged, the downtrodden, women that have not been able, to get help or support, maybe from within and without. The area that we look into in our foundation is to empower women with skill, to train women on business development. Are you into farming? We can teach you how to develop, just go beyond a normal day-to-day peasant farming to a 21st century agribusiness, by which you plant your crop, you process it, you package it to sell both in the domestic market and also look into a global market. There are some families also, that have grown-up children. Maybe life happened and everybody is more or less stranded. We can also see how we can say, okay, bring your children, let's see how we can guide them, maybe put them back in school, or maybe empower them with skill or talent in both fashion, hair making, so many, of those skills that help them to add value and also become financial independent.
I came across a lady who didn't have anything. And presently, she has relocated from Calabar. She's in Abuja now, doing same business. I didn't have much to give to her, but what did I do? I had beans, and I called her. I told her how I started my own life. She said she can fry akara. I said, good. I had beans. I gave her one custard rubber of beans. I gave her one of my frying pans. I gave her oil, just little things we put together. She made money, and she was able to pay her house rent in Abuja. She was able to restore her lost animal farm she was doing, because she was into piggery before she came to Calabar. As we speak, she's back in Abuja and she's doing massively well in her poultry. She's managing it, and she's still doing this akara business. Whenever I see her, I'm very happy. Not just her, I have some. They are into baking today. What did I do? When I had the opportunity to train people for Her Excellency, I brought in some few women. I put some into baking, I put some into cosmetology, and as we speak, I have ladies supplying this soap, liquid soap, hypo in clinics that, got this knowledge at that skills acquisition center. And I'm looking up to bringing in more women and the youth and showing them the way forward, letting them know that on their own, they can actually make a living.
It's really sad.
Okay, while our sister there, Trisha Michaels, is getting something amazing ready for our special day today, we can continue our conversation here. While we celebrate all the women who are making giant strides in their endeavoral purpose, in any space they are given at home, in the workplace, we do know that considering our numerical strength, women can do a lot more. And if we are the giant, many African countries are looking up to Nigerian women to begin to make inroads into uncomfortable spaces. If it's comfortable, then it's business as usual. We must be uncomfortable, and we must be able to make other women uncomfortable so that we change the narrative. My dear sister was saying she had a question for the national women leader in Benin City, Dr. Mrs. Alile.
So my question is, I wanted to ask, you mentioned how women should get more involved into politics. So what would be the first step to get into that? What would be the first thing for me if I wanted to get into politics? What would I do?
Like I said earlier, politics is local. So if somebody wants to get into politics, you need to know which local government you come from, which ward you come from, and then that is where you need to start. So you go to your ward and go to your ward meetings. In every ward and in every local government, there is meetings, political meetings, and you go there and register yourself and say, I want to be part, I'm from this ward, or this is my house is on this ward, and I want to be part of what you are doing. I want to be in politics. And that is where you start from, because they must know you at the grassroots. And I tell women as well, it's not just about going to the meeting and sitting down. You must be a partaker. You must be participating. You must speak up. If they are doing whatever it is, be part of it. Don't leave the space for the men to speak and decide your future for you. So you too go there, take your seat, sit down, whatsoever they are talking about, be part of it. And be active, because politics, like I've said so many times, it doesn't start from the top, it starts from the bottom. So my sister, and I tell the next generations as well, let's take for example, I was in Osun State just some few weeks ago, and we were celebrating something. I can't remember what it was. And I was in the university, Osun State University, I believe. And by the time I was introduced as the national woman leader, it was the law faculty. Those girls, they came around and they started to talk, and they said they want to be in politics, they don't know what to do. And mentoring started right there and there. So, and these girls, or this next generation, they've put themselves together, they've registered in their ward, they are active, they are getting involved in different political movements, I say. So, and then they are moving forward, because we are looking, honestly, the problem is that we want to increase, we must increase the participation of women in politics. It's a must so that we can come up higher. So that we are not looking for women to put in positions. Frankly, let me tell you, on national TV, sometimes we are looking for, especially when you go to the rural area, where some of us that politic in rural areas, we are looking for women in rural areas to put in these positions because one of the barriers we have in those areas is like lack of education. For you to put somebody, for example, I'll just take for example, somebody to be a counselor, you must be known, you must be educated, and things like that. So those are one of the barriers that we face, and we are working endlessly to ensure that these barriers come to a minimum. I heard you say in the studio that the idea of women supporting women or women not supporting women. I want to say that that is one of the myths that have been sold to us from generation to generation. That women, we are fighting each other. Women, we are not supporting each other. That women just go there and dangle a carrot and you scatter the whole thing. That is in the past. I can tell you now that women, we are together. Women, we are not fighting each other. One of the barriers that we have as women in politics is empowerment. It's financial barrier. And if we are able to tackle that, women can come out and represent their ward, represent their local government, represent in the House of Assemblies, in the lower chambers, and of course in the higher chambers. We all know that politics is not served a la carte. Politics, it takes money to print flyers. It takes money to go to the radio station. It takes money to go to the TV station. It takes money to print your T-shirt. It takes money to have your face caps. So the Nigerian woman, we need financial empowerment to be able to come out of our shell. And someone said something in the studio that I think is very powerful. Get out from your comfort zone. And you don't just need to sit down and expect somebody to drag you. And again, even though someone drags you, there is that adage that says you can, take a donkey to the river, but you can't force it to drink water. There's a place we can push you up to, but you yourself, you must get yourself up and say, yes, I can do it. Yes, I can be part of what is going on. And that is where we are for the Nigerian women.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Aleli. That was very encouraging for us as Nigerian women to know that we can also go into that field and get full representation. But a bit away from politics, where we are still celebrating our journey so far, we still have our challenges as women. And I just want to talk a little bit about feminism, because we still don't have equality and the support we need. Do you think, and I'll come to Keke, Keke, do you think that feminism as it is today is taken away from its original concept? Because it seems as though feminists are fighting the home front more than fighting inequality in workplaces and access to resources and even leadership. They are talking what should happen, the power play between a man and a woman. Do you think we are losing focus a bit as far as feminism is concerned in Nigeria? Oh, are you a feminist? Let me are you a feminist?
The truth is, I'm not even sure what a feminist is anymore.
Thank you. Okay.
I don't. So I'm not even sure I can even answer the question, because I don't know what it means anymore. Okay. Because it's really, like you have said, it feels like it's been taken away completely from probably what it started out to be. And maybe it's by design, I don't know. But I would like to believe that what it means is, you know, being able to be given the space to stand on equal footing. Yes. You know, with just we're human beings. But then I also believe that everybody has their role. Okay. That is, like, we're genetically engineered to be a particular person. Or, you know, as women we have our roles, as men they have their roles, but then at the same time nobody ever said that. I mean, even in the Bible, I'm Christian, so I'll use the Bible. Women were workers. Women stood. They had their place in politics. They had their place in the farms. You know, they owned businesses. You know, so
I think as women,
Yeah.
we all have, like, men have their strengths and women have their strengths as well.
Right.
And you mentioned about us, playing our roles. So women, we should play our roles, and men should play their roles as well. So with our own strengths, we can thrive in the spaces that we can. So in businesses, we run our businesses different to how men run their businesses. So feminism, I think it has really been taken out of context now, because it seems like, we want to become men, but that's not the point. I don't want to be a man. I want to play the role of a woman. I want to be a woman. I want to be nurturing. I want to be compassionate. I want to be empathetic, But so with them pushing this whole narrative of being men, I don't want to be like a man. I really don't. So I want to play my role. And if I'm able to play my role, I'll thrive better. I'll be happier and everything. And, there's this thing about women not agreeing to change their stories. So maybe you're stuck, something happens to you in life or something like that, and you're just scared to actually maybe become a new person or change that story that they tell about you. So I want
Like
women
reinventing
to
yourself.
to be able to reinvent themselves whenever, if you mess up or anything like that, be able to carry yourself and change the narrative about yourself. So that's really important.
Indeed. In fact, for the most part, it is us who have to change it.
Yes.
Even if Keke or Zainab needs a reinvention and I have an idea, I could chip in. If we do it this way, it may present us better or present you better. Well, Nigerians or our friends all over the world have been watching, and some of them do not take what we're talking about lightly, and they are sending in their contribution. Okay, Ayo says she's from Kanu. She first says, happy international. She said there's different brands and different strands right here. She celebrates all our acculturated looks.
Thank
And
you.
she said, what a vibrant Women International Day. Thank you so much. Somebody here says, I love your program. It is often educative. But today in particular, I do agree Nigeria needs more women in politics. And it's not about motivational speaking. It's about taking action. We talked at length yesterday about actionable steps.
Yes.
In fact, the world is saying, let's talk. More action. Not I want. I have done. I
I'm
am
doing.
doing. Okay, the talk now moves to Splendor. One of our young, enterprising producers here. She's put this together, and the focus is on taking bolder strides. We've talked about thriving outside your comfort zone. Women were sitting too comfortably. If we don't remove the wall, remove the door, sometimes those things we yearn for may never happen. But Splendor, what did you find?
Nigerian women are taking bold strides in various fields, breaking barriers and inspiring others. But experts stress that sustainable impact requires more than individual achievements. It demands pathways for the next generation. In Nigeria, initiatives like STEM clubs, apprenticeships, and youth leadership forums are creating pipelines for young women to thrive.
This is why the STEM in School initiative, this is where it comes in. We have built this community over the years just for this purpose, to have women to reach other girls, to reach, other students, particularly. And this is how we've been able to reach them. So we organize these stores, we visit schools, different parts of Nigeria and outside Nigeria. We educate them on STEM, not just a one-day education, not just open your book and write. No, but they have the opportunity to take up experiments, to do physical things, to take up challenges, make research, give us the update on their research, go on a debate, get challenged with other people from other schools, go into competition with other people from other schools, still on this theme. And with that, they are being imbibed into the culture. So these are things that we've done. Apart from educating them, we bring them into the same community. They see people that have, gone through the same thing in the past. Probably the winner from a competition, probably the STEM awardee, because we'd usually award them also. The STEM awardee from another school meet STEM awardee from another school, and then they connect, they work on a project together, they build things together. So this is how we've been able to reach other women and other girls.
Intergenerational mentorship play a crucial role where experienced leaders guide and support emerging talents, sharing their expertise and networks.
I've had the opportunity of mentoring a number of women, and I've come to understand that honestly it's a lot easier for me to even mentor women. Why? Because I understand the challenges and the disposition that women have. In NADF, we may not have a formal mentoring structure, and we are working towards that, but we have situations where we have women in leadership, in management, and we have younger women that are attached to us to work with us. First, you don't just mentor on the job. You mentor on real life issues. You mentor on balance of work and life. You mentor on presentation, things that are not even directly related to the work, because it's a holistic development. You can't just say, I'm teaching you to do strategy. You can't teach strategy. You can model what it is to do. And that's why there's a lot of responsibility on people that are already ahead to model what you want to see. Mentoring is a lot of showcasing what is expected to the younger person. You understand? So there's a lot of that going on, and there's a lot of talk. You listen to them, you hear them, because learning always is both ways. You hear them, and like Gen Zs, we learn a lot from Gen Zs. We hear them, we learn to do things better their way, we learn to use AI and all, and we also teach them age-old practices like settling down and doing the work.
These women are building pathways through mentorship programs, sponsorship ladders, and legacy projects. They are creating opportunities, providing resources, and paving the way for others to follow.
So in my industry, I have been at it for a really long time. In 2007, I set up a women's networking program called Sister Sister. It was while I was on radio, and it became very, very revered. People loved it. It was very popular. And so we held it for years, and from a crowd of about 300 women, on one day would also have programs for women of just about 50. So for me, mentoring women comes absolutely natural to me. If you feel you can do it, reach for the sky. So what we do at Sister Sister is that we talk to each other. We break down the barriers between big sister and auntie and the rest of it. We don't call each other by name, let's get it right. There's a lot of respect in the room, but the younger generation learn from the older generation and vice versa. It's very informal, and there's so much to be heard. Sometimes we even switch off the cameras, turn off the mics, because we want the women to have a real, true-to-life conversation with themselves. And it's honestly something that I look forward to bringing back in 2026. So for the women who are listening to me right now, do better for yourself, and never, never forget to always hold that sister behind you who wants to be just like you, and help her up.
By nurturing these pathways, Nigeria's next generation of women leaders will be equipped to take bolder strides, driving progress and prosperity for all.
Thank you so much, Splendor. I mean, a whole lot is happening here in the studio. A lot of conversations going on in the studio. But the truth is, there are so many hindrances. There's so many challenges stopping that brilliant, amazing Nigerian woman to shine as brightly as she can. And then I will come to you, Zainab. Let's talk about this. What other ways can we, because if you're going to look at the limitations, there are many, the challenges are too many. Do you think that the average Nigerian woman can overcome some of these challenges and shine?
I do think we can, but I think as women, we need to put a system that supports us us women, women for women, have structures in place, systems that would support the woman. If somebody comes out and wants to be in politics, support her. Don't bash her. Don't put her down. You know, let us all kind of grow together, because if one woman does well, all women do well around the world, right? And a lot of Africans look up to Nigerians. You know, when you travel anywhere, you'd hear that they're looking up at us, seeing what we're doing. So imagine a world where Nigeria is thriving, doing really well, how powerful we would be, and how powerful our voice would be.
Amazing. It would be really great. And also, you know, you said that when a woman comes up in whatever field of endeavor, if you have nothing good to say,
keep quiet.
Smile and just maintain composure. Be demure, like Patience always says, you know.
But then if I can add.
Yes,
okay.
please.
There's, you know, there's also the thing of, yes, we'll support each other. And this support also means, I'm sorry, if you make a mistake, there needs to be, I think I've also said it here before, correction in love. And yes, let's admit we have made a mistake. And then let us, instead of us being so quick to now bring ourselves down, we need to be able to say, okay, yes, you have done wrong, you shouldn't have done this, but this is how to go forward.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's one of the issues that we tend to have when in the process of supporting each other. You know, we're trying to say, okay, yes, we are supporting. Oh, you are following my hand. Now this is the problem with women. This is this. No.
The honesty is important. Yeah.
You know,
and the
everyone
correction
has made
with
mistakes,
love.
really.
Yeah.
The men
Everybody
make mistakes,
does.
but hold on.
Exactly.
Yes.
But when we make our mistakes, somehow it's louder.
Yes, we throw ourselves under the bus and all that.
Okay, let me take a few messages. Judith from Benue State says, I wish and pray for all Nigerian women to give a chance to those in the rural areas to make a difference. Don't just assume that it's everyone in the city who is interested in ruling. Some don't want to. But we at home, some of us have the capacity to bring about the change that we all speak of. Meanwhile, I say well done to all my ladies in the studio. You guys are doing very well, and this is such a beautiful topic. Okay, tell us who you are, please, and where you're reaching us from. Someone say, good morning to my beautiful weekend ladies. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm enjoying everything that is happening today. He said, but I think our biggest challenge is that women who have even leadership capacities don't stand out. They don't come out and pull others with them. And we waste time being jealous and envious of ourselves. And that takes us nowhere. Okay, someone says, Weekend Dealer, you are doing your usual thing. You are bringing us out, not just in Africa, but in the world. They said, I wanted to reach to the ladies who came yesterday. Okay, we'll give you their contact. He said, I have somebody who is challenged and may need their support. We'll do that for you. Okay, let me just take two more. And someone says, Happy International Day, great women of Nigeria. Just by speaking, you are making a difference. Okay, one more. As I open the messages, they tend to close. Okay. Someone says, every time you lift up a woman, you are being a mentor. And you know, we often say how it takes a village. So even if it's Patience's daughter, she's our own. Let us do what is right by her, what we do for our own children. So Emeka Wauzuzu says, and there are even orphans out there. So sometimes we don't wait for those who are in need to come to us. We can seek them formally or informally. Thank you so much for all your messages.
I actually own a foundation that works with orphans, and we do women empowerment as well. And what I've noticed is with the women, if you're able to empower them, honestly, you'd see that they take care of the people around them. So again, it takes a village, and also once you empower one woman, it means a lot of other people around the area is also empowered. So which is really good. So supporting women is important. Is very important.
Okay, we're told to go to Sports Summit.
Okay.
We joined Godwin now for Sports Summit, and we cannot do that without celebrating Toby and Muson. Toby has been killing it on the continent, on the global stage, indoors, outdoors. In fact, Toby, let me keep Osimi at the side today. Please, at his Women's Day, please let us put our hands together for Toby. Small, but mightiest kind of girl. Godwin, we are the pick of the show. Please take it from here with Sports Summit.
Godwin. We celebrate her the way Thelma did celebrate her. All Nigerian women are celebrating her and the good work she's doing. So we'll be heading over to Benin. Doctor, if you're listening, thank you so much for enriching our conversation. And as we round off, you have 2 minutes to tell us, to round off, and my question to you will be, if you were to speak to every Nigerian girl watching you right now, what will you tell her about believing in herself and taking bold strides? That will be your final question as we round off, Ma.
For me, I will say there is hope. The Nigerian girl must believe in Nigeria. The Nigerian girl must believe in this country. The Nigerian girl must believe in our political system. The Nigerian girl must believe in herself. The Nigerian girl must have a dream. Just some few days ago, I was in an inter-house sport program, and I told them that they were secondary school students, and I told them, focus on your education. Education opens a lot of doors. Education opens doors that you can never imagine. There is no need to take shortcuts. Have a dream. Think about your dream. Get your education under your belt, and always remember that the sky is your limit. Remember that you can shatter glass ceilings. Remember that there are other women that have been able to do it. And you too, if they can do it, you too, you can do it. I want to encourage you. Join politics. Be part of decision making. Don't just sit down. We are looking for the next governor in the state. We are looking for the next vice president in this country. We are looking for the next president in the future, the next female president in the future of this country. And again, use what you have. And I mean, go digital. You can be in the corner of your room and be making waves in Tokyo, in whichever country. Network, speak out, and make sure you are seen. Make sure you are heard, and make sure you've aligned yourself with women that can hold your hand and take you higher. And I'm telling you that as a party, as a political party, the APC, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has introduced the renewed hope. And that renewed hope is not just for the man or woman, it's for every citizen of Nigeria, and be part of the renewed hope. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you. Nigerian girls and women are encouraged. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Mrs. Alile. That was huge.
That was big.
You know, and even the 2 minutes you had, you made it really worthy of listening. And many young women are inspired. Even in continuance of that, Keke, Zainab, I think women should support each other more. I know that Dr. Idele said that the narrative is not the way we say it, but some of us know what we experience. One woman can't do everything. When you do a bit, pull a sister. And when you climb a ladder, pull another.
Yes.
Keke, is that something you align with? Zainab?
No, I mean, definitely. I work with a lot of young people, and some people have actually said, oh, you get them too close to you, but I'm like, how would they get to understand me if I don't pull them in close? Yes, there are a few bad eggs, but what you can do is just hope that anybody that passes through you benefits something and they become better than what you've met them as. And really that's, I think, when people say, oh, they're trying to find their purpose in life, I think I've been able to identify that my own purpose is to make people better. I'm not perfect. I'm also trying to be better, but in trying to be better, I want other people to be better also. But I'm quite passionate about women as well, and kids really. When Honorable was talking, when she was speaking about education is great, but in the education, in the learning in school, we also have to learn how to be with other people. we also have to learn how to be a community.
Yeah, a community,
You know.
indeed.
So I've loved being in communities.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while, I mean, we're all used to, especially some certain upbringing that we have.
Okay.
You know,
So, yeah.
So you mentioned about purpose, which I really like. You know, a lot of us don't really know what our purpose is, and each person in this world has their purpose. So it starts with yourself. You start to think, okay, what am I good at? What are my strengths? And using that, you can find what your purpose is. And once you do, you can start to change the environment around you without waiting for the government, without waiting for anybody. So what can I do in my own community to better the lives of people? I think that's really important, because if you're able to do that, you're able to change from your home to the communities.
Yeah. Okay, so it just goes to say that for some of us women, lifting other women will mean treating that your domestic help well.
Absolutely.
Yes. Treating the people who work for you, the indigent women who work for you well. If you treat them properly in our household and lift them up, you will never tell how big that little lifting can be for the society. Thank you so much. Happy International Women's Day to all the Nigerian women. Amen.
And to
all
our
the he
dear,
for
and
she.
to our dear leader,
yes.
EDP, Mrs. Terry Taylor. It's a special one for you.
Yes.
And all the women in the NTA space.
Yeah,
Happy International Women's Day. And God bless us all.
Oh, yes.
We are the children of Nigeria, peace so within, so that all can live as one. Let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. Let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. Everywhere around us, there's nothing but war. People dying everywhere. But why can't we live together to love one another, so that all can live as one? Let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. Oh, let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. May your life be filled with love. May your days be long and happy. May joy that comes from love and above. May your days be filled with love and peace all over the world. We are the women of Nigeria. Peace, so we pray. Let it rain everywhere. We are the children of Nigeria. Peace, so we need, so that all the goals as one. Oh, let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. Oh, let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. All over, peace in our heart, ooh, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. Oh, let there be peace in our heart, peace in our home, peace in our nation of the world. Oh, let there be peace in our heart. Go.